Hi there, and welcome to episode 8 of Bands and Humans podcast. I'm your host, Bands, and you are the humans. Today, I have a very humble guest, and I'm very proud to have him here today. Mkhulu will be joining me, and we'll be talking about Kemetic philosophy, spirituality, and the African calendar. Mkhulu,
Tell us.
thank you for having me today.
Tell
So, Mkhulu, you and I met about a couple of weeks ago, and I had a question for you. I had my hand held up the whole time, but I didn't get an opportunity to ask. But after the event, I came up to you and we spoke briefly about Caduceus. I don't know if you remember. We had to go to the bathroom. So, Mkhulu, my question pretty much that day was the symbols that were taken from Kemet and put into the Western world. What's the significance of them doing that? Where's the power in that?
Okay, you see, the problem, Gakulu, these people, they take these symbols, but without a deeper understanding of their meaning. Then they use them at a superficial level to represent what maybe they know, but the general populace don't know. They just see the symbol like Ikatus Lega Jehuti. That is representative of the spine. Yes, that healing energy is right here at the spine.
Yes.
So Abelung by use Alama symbols without a proper and a deeper understanding of their meaning.
Sure.
Angitibona, their objective is more on plagiarizing, claiming to be the originators of these things. That is why they are not able to explain further about their meaning.
Okay. So it's not like there's a new power that they gain from it.
No. They can't gain a new power because you see, if you get a symbol and you want to use it for superficial, means or reasons, you're not getting the benefits because you don't understand the deeper meaning, of that symbol.
Sure.
If you knew and then you live by that meaning, you then get the whole benefit.
Okay.
But if you just like a Bentley, symbol Bentley.
Yes.
It's the winged sun.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
For them, power that is coded in secrecy, because they wouldn't, give credit where credit is due. No, this was inspired by African, art form. So the problem for them, that becomes a status symbol instead of a symbol that connects you to the creator,
yes.
the higher principle. Yes.
Okay, so what's the significance, Mkhulu, of connecting to this higher resonance for us as melanated people or African people? What power do you think lies in that?
Our whole power, it's there. That should be our, point of departure. That should be our launch pad in everything. And like I always say, in my, talk, we are always connected.
Sure.
The consciousness here that closes that door. The consciousness here we need to realign our consciousness with the consciousness of the Creator. That we are an extension of the Creator. And once that consciousness, lives within you, it then makes it easy for you to harness, the energy and the power and the mind, and the actions of the, of the Creator for your benefit, here on earth, so that once you've, gained those benefits, you then, enlighten other people, because it's not supposed to be
Something you hold to yourself.
Something that you hold to yourself. Maybe because when you are assisting in making people to be conscious about the Creator, who the real Creator is, and for us as a general, human beings, for us to give reverence, and respect and be thankful to the Creator for giving us sustenance and life in general. Yes.
Yes. And those are principles that have been lost throughout time, or like consciously aware, like they're taking us away from these principles because there's a certain power that is there, and we spoke about respect, and that speaks to the levels of Ubuntu. Do you think Mkhulu Ubuntu is gone completely, or is it still there? Can we revive it?
No, Ubuntu cannot be gone. Ubuntu is something that we are born with. At the core of our being, that is the foundation, yethu singabantu. So abantu who actually acquire these habits that then remove themselves from the core of their being because of socialization, the experiences abantu go through tend them to move them away, from that important foundation. So for us, it's very important ukuthi sivuse lento ukuthi okhokho bebephila njani before colonizers came here. We need to go back there, and learn whatever lessons that kept harmony, not only in Africa but throughout the whole world, because Ma'at was the order of the day. Everything that we did in politics, in business, in everything, it had to be aligned with the principles of Ma'at. And the principles of Ma'at are alive. It's not something that is just thumbs up. These are, universal principles that are there, that controls our emotions and our actions and everything, that record everything that we do. So it's very important for us to go back to that source, ukuze siphile and be normal again as African people.
Yes. So last week, I had my whole world shaking. I used to think I was an Aries, and I found out I'm actually a Scorpio.
Sure.
So, Mkhulu, can you take us through this science calendar?
Yes, the African calendar, or the calendar itself, yasungulwa okhokho bethu, Africans, the first ones to devise the calendar. And the calendar yethu, the African calendar, is based on the equinoxes and the solstices. Meaning ukuthi mesifika la ku spring equinox, is the beginning of a new cycle, is the beginning of the new year. Then mesifika ku autumn equinox, it is the official ending, in terms of ilanga, on the southern hemisphere. Ilanga now is confirmed on the autumn ukuthi it's now entering the northern hemisphere.
Okay.
In spring equinox, the sun is from the northern hemisphere entering the southern hemisphere. So autumn is from the southern entering the northern hemisphere.
Yes.
Then summer solstice is the day where the sun and earth are closest in terms of proximity. Meaning ukuthi, that closeness result in the sun pumping enough hydrogen for earth to sustain itself until this period.
Okay.
So nge-winter solstice, ilanga liqhele kakhulu from earth. But on that day, it is the day of hope, because on that day the sun makes a U-turn.
Okay.
Liqala ukubuya, it leaves, or it initiates a process of leaving the northern hemisphere, meaning now it's coming to the southern hemisphere. That period is confirmed by the spring equinox. So according to African calendar, the first month was September. Which is Aries. That is the Aries energy. Nakhona kumele senze ama-calculations to mese deeper into our calendar, because the calendar, the African calendar currently, it's work in progress. We need to realign a lot of things. You know, so according to the African calendar, the first month it's Aries, which is represented according to Okoko by Uasa. Uasa is the green god. You know, when he emerges from hibernation. When he's in hibernation, you know, Umnyama is the black god.
Set.
No,
Is it
it's the black, no.
Oh, okay.
Osiris. Remember, Osiris, when he is revived, you know, given life again, green.
Okay.
Yes, it's that energy that nurtures everything on earth. That is the spring equinox. He starts going into hibernation on the autumn equinox.
Okay.
When he's in hibernation, kula valelwa khona kule tail kaset no asa, when Uset tricks him to go into a box, you know, a coffin, you know, then he closes the coffin. So we say he is the black god because he is in hibernation. You know, agakhoni ukunachara.
Okay.
Why? Because now, officially, on the southern hemisphere, ilanga liyaqhela kithi. There won't be growth of anything except those plants that don't require the energy of the sun that much. But in general, it's the period of death in terms of our plants and everything. Nathi, we're supposed to then focus on things that have to do with the inner being.
Okay.
You know, iskati some initiation, qalawama initiation and everything. So, song is confusing the Western calendar.
Too much.
Because the Western calendar says unyaka uqala ngoJanuary. And that doesn't correlate in the nature. Remember ukuthi from January ngesizulu sisuka kuDecember, which is Zibandlela. Uzibandlela is the month of maturity.
Okay.
Meaning ukuthi the energy ezalwe ngoSeptember it's matured now. You know, ngoDecember.
Okay.
Lokho kufakazelwa imvelo. You know, utshani buyakhula. Ngesizulu sithi uzibandlela because we are no longer you know, being able to see the pathway.
Okay.
You know, zivalwe ilo tshani sobukhulu.
Okay.
Ilapho yingakho ke sibize ke uzibandlela, which represents maturity. So kumele ke, you know, consciously, as much as ngeke siphume kakhulu from the Western horoscope, but kumele siphume consciously. Wazi kahle ukuthi oh mina, yes, you know, kumele ngilandele i-energy, the natural flow of energy on earth according to earth and sun position. So ukuthi abelungu bayibizeni lo energy, it doesn't matter. But when you then follow ukuthi, if according to the African calendar the first month was September, the last month was October, you then need to find yourself within that so that you realign, you know, consciously with that energy.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's powerful. So, like in the Saikuluma was that we need to create a structure within this rise of consciousness, and like right now we spoke about symbols, the power of symbols and the resonance that they contain, and the African calendar now, and then we want to move into the economical side of things. How do we sustain ourselves within this matrix now that we trapped in pretty much? How do we maneuver and move around? So, Mkhulu, you spoke about the economical side of things, but I'd like for you to just elaborate a bit for people who, you know, who don't have that understanding just yet.
Sure. The ultimate goal, see a lago economy in our rising. But the first step should be the decolonization program, where we clean the mind of all colonial residue. Yes, we detox the mind, reprogram the mind completely. Get it ready to receive, because you can't throw money, emqondweni that is still trapped in the past. So umuntu omnyama mele azazi ukuthi ubani. Umuntu omnyama is the firstborn on earth. Umuntu omnyama is the first, a person to civilize umhlaba wonke. Yonke into eyaziwa umhlaba, it was, given or got its foundation from the continent here, because Africa is the, mother continent,
Yes.
where everything else began. Even abantu, ukuvela kwabantu kula. Science confirms that. Ukuthi umuntu omnyama is the firstborn, then wazala wonke umuntu okhona emhlabeni. So once sesilapho, abantu we've managed ukuthi sibakhumbuze ukuthi bangabo bani. Then we look at the economy now. Sesi approach our economy being guided by the principles zokhokho bethu to remove greed. Because if we can approach the economy with the current, greed that we witness, ebantwini abamnyama, ukuthi sesiqhelile from who we are. Yeah. So we need to sort that so that when we deal with the economy, ube satisfied ngokuthi kungadli wena wedwa. You must be worried if you see ukuthi wena who is amassing these billions, alone, ukuthi abantu osebenza nabo, abantu abasondelene nawe bakunhlupheka. That should be a worry to you. Ukuthi, why mina? Yabona, ngoba mawukhula amassing this wealth, you've got to grow nabani abaningi so that that will fulfill you, because future leadership are going to be judged not based on their possessions, but based on the wealth of knowledge that they have that helps other people to awaken. So this dynamic izoshintsha ngoba imali mesingcwaba uyayishiya iyasala. So this can be, everything ukuthi wena uphilela nje ugijimisana nale mali. Mele usishiyele incwadi enhle esizothi mesiyifunda noma sowungasekho sibe sazi ukuthi besikhula besilapheka ngokuba khona kwakho emhlabeni. Not nje ukuthi hayi besifunda ngayo ukuthi you amass so much wealth, billionaire, uthenga ama-plane, wenza imoto yonke lento le, ubusy namantombazane nabafazi yabona. So it has no value. You had value ebantwini who are materialistic, but to other people who are looking for growth, who are looking for enlightenment, you are valueless. So thina singabantu base-Afrika sikholelwa ekutheni i-value yomuntu character yakhe nolwazi lwakhe. That's how we value people. But abelungu basishintsha basifaka ke kule mfundiso yabo ukuthi we must be greedy, yonke into it must be about me. That is why we're in this position we are in, because of that sickness, self-preservation. This is what led to the downfall of the empire, to the great empire of Kemet that ruled the whole world. When now, some of the royal houses started betraying the great house. Why? Because of the promise of being given more money by the enemy. They were then, prepared, to sacrifice the whole family for their own self-preservation. This is what killed us then, isasibulala nanamhlanje, whereby abantu are more worried about what am I going to benefit, what am I going to get at a personal level. Instead ukuthi mengena ku-opportunity, I must make sure ukuthi ngiyangena ngivulele abanye abantu now to benefit from there. I can't allow myself to be used by these colonizers ukuthi manje mina must be a gatekeeper. Banginikeza ama-crumbs, I must be satisfied ngalawo ma-crumbs, but at the expense of the majority of the people. The recent stats zingenze ngezobuhlungu kakhulu ukuthi the gap, inequality gap, it's even more. And the black people, the original people, bana yiba bahlupheka kakhulu. And that is so heartbreaking. Why? Because lento akumelanga kube njalo. Yini sizithola kulo situation again, self-preservation of these politicians that are supposed to be helping us. Sure. There's no reason ukuthi after 20 years abayibona umqoka ukuthi the majority of the people of South Africa resides in rural areas and townships. It's only logical when I take over power, these are the communities I need to focus on. These communities must be self-sufficient economically, industrialize these places so that imali is contained within. It rotates more than 10 times before it leaves. Okwamanje iyangena 0.5%. The rotation yemali within these communities. So that is not sustainable. Actually, that will lead South Africa to burn, because if we don't do that, we are really calling for trouble, because abantu won't stand this poverty abakuyo for a long time. Whatever we're trying to preserve for ourselves and families, it will ultimately burn, because people will, say enough is enough with this. The only thing are in the same position. So there's no wisdom, which then testifies ukuthi abantu abasiholayo bapoisonwe yile system abayi-acceptile, which they were not supposed to accept. Remember the system ubutsotsi. For them to balkanize umhlaba wabantu and form a Republic of South Africa, ubutsotsi lobo. And bayibizani declared human whatever, bayibizani these organization, world organizations, declared apartheid as a crime against humanity. Ne?
But nothing was done against it.
They declared it was the structure that enforced that in human laws. The structure is still there. Sure. It wasn't changed. It means ukuthi when Kwame Nkrumah and all our leaders on the continent accept to preside over Lobtsotsi, they were now perpetuating, because everybody was supposed to say Utsotsi lo abu pele qala before mina ngakha kabusha. You can't build on top of thuggery, theft. This is what is making us as African people, suffer even more. Why? Because all we are doing as leaders is to manage umcebo wabelungu, and they love us when we do that. So we need to then, because in terms of economy, we have the strongest buying power because of our numbers. We are over 40 million in South Africa when we talk about black people. But they are controlled economically by people who are less than 7 million. That's abnormal in their own country. It's absurd. Why? Because we lack good leadership that could realize the potential of that buying power and mobilize people to start industrializing their communities. We need to stop buying things from town. Impup. Who said we can't package our own meal? Who said we cannot bake our own bread? Nobody. Akekho umuntu obeke inkinga ukuthi most of black people, we still operate from that mindset. Yabelungu, that said, you are useless, you are nothing.
Inferiority complex.
Inferiority complex. So that is why we need to clean the mind, decolonize the mind before we start on the economic program.
Okay, so
Yes.
the one thing I wanted to put forth as well as an idea was meditation as a practice. And in meditation you find there's that practice of chakras. And the first chakra is the root chakra, and it develops from the time you're born as a child, and you learn how to survive in the world. So that once we are able to work on that and elevate ourselves beyond that, because I think that's the one thing that we stuck on, is that survival element. I'm not going to allow other people to go over me. I have to pull down other people as well. It's like that whole mentality of crabs in a bucket.
Sure.
Which no one gets
Sure.
out of it. So once we cleanse that survival mode, we can move on forward from there. And then I think we can develop a structure that's working and just be more militant as well about the steps that we take. But Mkhulu, that's very interesting that you said that. And so because you're here in the community now and you see all of these things, so Mkhulu, like, where do you think we start in terms of touching abantu? There's that person here who already has that self-image of themselves. I'm this person, and they're not going to allow outside influence. How do we connect with that person?
Okay, no, okokuqala thina, the people that bakhanyiselwe kancane, yithi okumele sibe ne-picture of the ultimate destination. Remember ukuthi ubukhosi civilized umhlaba. Umhlaba knows about science, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, everything because of ubukhosi. Ubukhosi base Africa once ruled the whole world. Then they were called, the great empire of the continent, because it was different kingdoms that came together to form this body. This body, that ushered in civilization. So that is our true and real home. That is the home that we need to revive.
That's the visual we need to have as well.
Singabase Khemu, bona bakhulu base Khemu. So yiyo indlu okumele siyakhe kabusha. So first step okumele siyenze ukufundisa abantu ngalendlu yobukhosi yase Khemu ukuthi iyini. Why are we saying they belong there? So kumele siqale lapho. Clear picture of where we are going, then go and introduce that house. Ukuthi niyalibona lingcolile. But behind, let us then ibonayo kunama colors amahle kabi, beautiful colors there. So all we need to do ukuthatha umshanyelo siqale athathe nemop skine lendlu yindlu yethu sashiyelwa okhokho bethu yifa lethu leli elilokho linyathela for all these centuries. Kuthiwa umuntu omnyama has done nothing in the world, no contribution at all. Amanga. Iqiniso nje ukuthi umuntu omnyama firstborn, umuntu omnyama was the first one to be civilized. Umuntu omnyama civilized umhlaba wonke. Yonke into yaziwa umhlaba ithole ifoundation yayo la on the continent. So that is what we need to go back to, so that we use that content as we rise. See, rising a content yethu, ngama symbols etu, the way we teach, our education system, because we don't need anything. We don't need foreign content. All the content we need, we have already. The only thing that we need to do is cleaner. Dust those, books and information, repackage it, and send it, back to our people. Just to remind them, remember.
This thing is inside.
it's called by this genetic memory.
Eh.
All we are doing, we are reminding people. Hayi ukuthi uzame into entsha. Labantu umoya ongaphakathi komuntu umdala kunalo mzimba obonayo. So manje all they need, it's a trigger. Kulo msebenzi esiwenzayo, something esizoyisho or siyenze that will trigger, that memory. Umuntu akhumbule ngiyayazi lento but angazi ngiyazi kanjani. So umsebenzi wethu kumele ube lapho. Because I see us as black people in South Africa in the next 10 years or 15 years. See create a strong economic bloc that controls South African economy. And with that, we take our brothers all over the continent. As we rise here, we involve them. Because lokufa ukugula kwethu kuyafana all over the continent, all over the world. Wherever you find a black person is in this position of servitude. So we need to transform that. And the Meilunga in South Africa is ukhanyisela umhlaba wonke. Lo moya bose Kemet Egypt, what is called Egypt now. Ula namhlanje. Ufuna nje thina si realign now, sikhanyisele umhlaba again. Maybe we can rule the world again from here in the south, where everything started. Civilization started here. Kemet, what ended up to be known as Egypt, Kemet started here in south, in the southern continent. There's evidence all over, southern Africa, ukuthi civilization started here. So kulalo moya futhi kumele uvuke khona. Yonke lento le esiyakhe lapha eSudan nase-Egypt nase-Ethiopia kumele sizoyakha la. Ngoba leyo energy manje seyila in the south.
So that's interesting, that thing, because I just had an episode speaking on this discovery that was made about the Anunnaki, that they have a burial site here. So that was all us there.
No, Kesha, Ubab Credo has always been talking about this. Ubab Credo has been saying that's why, Ubab Credo ended up, Kachazwa Belum. Why? Because his own people were rejecting him. No one supported him. All these professors thought he was a lunatic. And he was giving us scientific, facts to say, Nina, you are so special, position in the south because of these and these and these important events that happened in the past. But people never listened. But Ubab Credo has always been consistent. But the Anunnakis, Abo Enki, Abo Enlil, that landed here. Yes. Ukuze, lendawo lebeyazi ngokuthiwa i-Abtu. Up to. The black one. Khemu. So, manje asinto enje. Into Ubab Credo have always been advocating. But manje the ear and the mind, which is still colonized by Westerners, it's not connecting. You end up looking at Ubab Credo as this lunatic. And yet Ubab Credo on his own is worth 100 universities because of the knowledge that he has.
Have you ever met Ubab Credo?
Oh no, mina ngicele Ubab Credo.
Is it?
Everything lento engikutshela ngayo bo Anunnaki le ngayifunda kuBab Credo. Ubab Credo, he's the one who actually told me about Zachariah Sitkin. Zachariah Sitkin, he's the one who wrote a lot about the Anunnaki story. So I got most of the foundation of what I know from the source. I used to sit in front of Ubab Credo. I would dedicate a weekend yonke, Friday, Saturday, silapha Ubab Credo. Learning for years. I did that, and from there, into Amfundisayo, which was very positive. He would show me the book and say, "Nah, but I'm not giving it to you. Go and look for your own." until a very unfortunate incident happened. I was from Ubab Credo, going weekend, and wangitshela ngale book no incwadi kaSitkin. Angisakhumbuli whether it's the 12th planet or whatever. Then wangibonisa naye, go and look for your copy. I know. The next day, first thing I phone around all the exclusive bookshop. Angithole incwadi. La ngithola khona kuse Centurion. And I remember ngangisuka Ebenbro.
Okay.
Besiyo yenza, siyo transform, keep a tape from one version to another one. So from lapho ngitholi call, no, le ncwadi oyifuna ikhona, there's only one copy. Sure. And ikuphi se Centurion. Yeah. There I leave immediately. On my way to Centurion, ngihlangana ne-accident, imoto yagubhuda so 6 times. Sure. But you won't believe. Makufika abantu be-ambulance, into engayicela, ngicela uke Centurion ngiyothatha le ncwadi. And I got that book, ngaya nayo esibhedlela ngiqhuka nginjalo. So that is the level of hunger I had, for lolwazi lolu, not for me, lento le asinto ongayenza part time. Asinto part time lento le. Ngoba it must be a lived experience. Yeah. Maso nolwazi. How do I then infuse lolo lwazi in my daily life?
So, Mkhulu, in closing, for the people listening, where can they start in their journey of enlightenment and coming back home to the Kemet?
Khetla, siqalile sisungule indlu esibiza ukuthi the great house of the great empire of Kemet. Yiyo movement le esizama ukuthi si-introduce ebantwini movement ezobanikeza lolwazi. So njalo ke ngamasonto la isigodlo kepha sibiza the Kemet house because that's what we are promoting. Abantu siyahlangana la kuba nama class uDecember manje, so everything is a bit scattered. We're hoping ukuthi by next year January sizoqala kahle ne-team esikhona yabantu sizame ukuthi si-internalize within the team qala. But ultimately mele senze road show throughout the whole country. But mele siqale in one place. Mesingatargeta iSoweto, si transform iSoweto. Yes, we do a road show iSoweto. Everywhere Soweto emaholweni every weekend sibe khona. Sifundisa abantu sibakhumbuze ukuthi bangabobani. That is how we are going to grow this thing. And make sure ukuthi abantu futhi sibafundise ngecalendar yabo. Ukuze lama question ababa nawo ukuthi but abelungu bathi new year, but ayikho into econfirmayo nature ukuthi new year. So mele sibuyele sisebenzise icalendar okhokho bethu bebeyisebenzisa before. Okhokho bethu bebazi ngescience yempilo. Ngoba mebe khuluma ngomdali ngesizulu simazi ngokuthi umveli nqangi, ngesixhosa uqamatha. That talks of the first cause, the first principle that created everything that is. So we are born ukuthi lolu lwazi belukhona because bengeke sithi umveli nqangi. Umveli nqangi means lo ovele kuqala, owavela kuqala before ku create. So is science leyo on its own. So abantu, they want to recognize that because the orientation yabo ayisekho lapho. So lonke lo lwazi yilo ulwazi okumele silivuselele. Mina angifuni ukuthi sivuke when in our rising we shouldn't rise again with a foreign content. or i-structure sabanye abantu. So as we rise, we are creating a parallel structure within this confused Western structure. Poison nakithi. Asisiyekeni si-existe, it will fall on its own once our structure is strong and has risen enough. This one will fall automatically because it belongs, it has roots here on the continent. So that is how we are going to change the lives of people. So abantu must keep watching the podcast, because we'll be bringing more episodes as they explain nje ukuthi thina singabantu base-Africa singobani and senzani before or besenzani before kufika belungu. Yes.
So if people want to get in contact now, where can they find you?
Okay, if abantu bafuna ukuxhumana nathi bangaxhumana nathi ku-Facebook under Mkhulu Nsingiza, bangaxhumana nathi ku-Twitter. Ku-Twitter sisebenza under Zindzi Mandela Foundation. I'm the CEO of the Zindzi Mandela Foundation. So it's one of the structures, esisebenzisayo to conscientize abantu, sifundisa abantu, about their past.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. It was a very great pleasure to have you here, Mkhulu, and hopefully it's Ubuya, and we'll go back and discuss more on these topics. And thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me your time, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for the next episodes. This has been Bands and Humans Podcast. Peace.
Oh, vula kahle, kuyashisa.